The Art of Being Alone, Detailed Summary. Introduction. The misunderstood power of being alone. In today's hyper-connected world, being alone is often misunderstood. Many people equate solitude with loneliness, sadness, or social rejection. Social media constantly shows us images of people surrounded by friends, traveling together, or celebrating milestones with others. Because of this, spending time alone can feel like something is missing. However, The Art of Being Alone challenges this idea. The book explains that solitude is not something to fear, it is something to master. Being alone can be a powerful opportunity for growth, creativity, and emotional healing. The central message of the book is simple yet profound. Learning to enjoy your own company is one of the most important skills for a fulfilling life. According to the author, when people constantly rely on others for happiness, validation, or identity, they lose touch with their authentic selves. Solitude helps reconnect with inner thoughts, desires, and purpose. Rather than seeing solitude as emptiness, the book encourages readers to see it as space to think, reflect, heal, and grow. Understanding the difference between loneliness and solitude. One of the most important distinctions the book makes is between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a painful emotional state. It arises when people feel disconnected, unwanted, or isolated from others. It often brings feelings of sadness, insecurity, and longing for connection. Solitude, on the other hand, is intentional and empowering. It is the conscious decision to spend time with yourself, free from distractions and external expectations. The author emphasizes that solitude is not about rejecting relationships. Instead, it is about building a strong relationship with yourself. When you become comfortable being alone, you stop depending on others to fill emotional gaps. Instead of seeking validation from outside, you learn to generate peace and happiness from within. This shift transforms the way you approach friendships, relationships, and life decisions. The fear of being alone. Many people fear being alone because it forces them to confront their thoughts and emotions. In busy daily life, distractions such as social media, entertainment, work, and constant communication help avoid uncomfortable feelings. But when those distractions disappear, deeper questions begin to surface. Who am I? What do I truly want? Why do I feel unhappy or unfulfilled? Facing these questions can be intimidating. Yet the book explains that this discomfort is actually the beginning of self-discovery. Avoiding solitude prevents personal growth. Embracing it creates space for understanding oneself. When people learn to sit quietly with their thoughts, they begin to recognize patterns in their emotions, fears, and desires. Over time, this awareness leads to clarity and confidence. Solitude as a path to self-discovery. One of the greatest benefits of being alone is self-discovery. In daily life, many people shape their behavior according to social expectations. They choose careers, hobbies, or lifestyles that please others rather than reflect their true interests. Solitude removes these external influences. When you spend time alone, you start to notice what genuinely excites you, what drains your energy, and what aligns with your values. The author suggests that solitude acts like a mirror. It reflects your authentic self back to you. During moments of quiet reflection, you may rediscover passions that were forgotten or suppressed. You may realize that certain goals were never truly yours, but were adopted to satisfy societal expectations. This process helps build a life that is aligned with personal truth rather than external approval. Healing through solitude. Solitude is also a powerful tool for emotional healing. Many people carry unresolved pain from past experiences such as heartbreak, rejection, or failure. Often, these emotions remain buried beneath daily distractions. Being alone allows these emotions to surface and be processed. The book explains that emotional healing requires space and time. When people constantly surround themselves with noise and activity, they postpone confronting their feelings. However, solitude provides the opportunity to acknowledge pain, reflect on lessons, and gradually release emotional burdens. This healing process builds resilience and emotional maturity. Instead of suppressing emotions, individuals learn to understand and manage them. Creativity and the power of silence. Another major theme of the book is the connection between solitude and creativity. Many great thinkers, artists, and innovators throughout history valued time alone. Creativity often emerges in moments of quiet reflection rather than constant stimulation. When the mind is free from external distractions, it has the freedom to wander, explore ideas, and make new connections. Solitude allows imagination to flourish. The author encourages readers to create intentional spaces of silence in their lives. Activities such as journaling, walking alone, reading, or simply sitting quietly can stimulate creativity and insight. These moments allow the mind to process experiences and generate new ideas. Building a healthy relationship with yourself. A central concept in the book is self-relationship. Just as relationships with others require care, attention, and respect, the relationship with oneself also requires nurturing. Many people neglect this relationship by constantly prioritizing others' opinions or needs over their own. Solitude helps rebuild self-connection. When you spend time alone, you learn to listen to your thoughts without judgment. You start recognizing your strengths, weaknesses, and emotional needs. Over time, this awareness fosters self-compassion. Instead of criticizing yourself harshly for mistakes or imperfections, you learn to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. A healthy relationship with oneself creates a stable emotional foundation that strengthens all other relationships. Independence and emotional freedom. Another important lesson from the book is emotional independence. When individuals rely heavily on others for validation, their self-worth becomes fragile. Their mood and confidence fluctuate depending on external approval. Learning to enjoy solitude creates emotional freedom. When you are comfortable alone, you no longer feel pressured to stay in unhealthy relationships or environments simply to avoid loneliness. Instead, relationships become choices rather than necessities. You connect with people because you genuinely enjoy their presence, not because you fear being alone. This shift leads to healthier, more balanced relationships built on mutual respect rather than dependency. Mindfulness and living in the present. Solitude also promotes mindfulness. In a fast-paced world filled with constant notifications and obligations, people rarely pause to fully experience the present moment. Time alone allows individuals to slow down and reconnect with their surroundings. Simple activities like walking in nature, watching a sunset, or drinking tea quietly can become deeply meaningful experiences. Mindfulness encourages awareness of thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. This awareness reduces stress and increases appreciation for life's small moments. Through solitude, people learn that happiness often lies not in extraordinary achievements, but in simple daily experiences. Setting boundaries. The book also emphasizes the importance of personal boundaries. People who fear being alone often overcommit to social obligations or tolerate unhealthy relationships to maintain constant company. However, learning to enjoy solitude empowers individuals to set boundaries. They become comfortable saying no to situations that drain their energy or compromise their values. Healthy boundaries protect emotional well-being and ensure that time and energy are invested in meaningful relationships and activities. Practical ways to embrace solitude. The book offers several practical strategies to help readers develop comfort with being alone. One suggestion is to start with small moments of solitude rather than drastic changes. For example, spend time reading or journaling alone. Take solo walks. Enjoy meals without digital distractions. Practice meditation. Reflect on daily experiences. Gradually, these small practices help build familiarity with solitude. Another suggestion is to reduce reliance on constant digital stimulation. Limiting social media and screen time can create space for deeper reflection. The key is to approach solitude with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of asking, "Why am I alone?" ask, "What can I discover about myself during this time?" The balance between solitude and connection. While the book celebrates solitude, it does not promote isolation. Human beings naturally need connection, friendship, and love. The goal is not to avoid relationships, but to develop a balanced relationship between solitude and social interaction. Healthy individuals enjoy both. They appreciate meaningful relationships, while also valuing time alone for reflection and growth. This balance creates emotional stability. When relationships change or end, individuals who are comfortable with solitude are better equipped to navigate transitions without losing their sense of identity. Personal growth and transformation. Ultimately, the art of being alone presents solitude as a powerful catalyst for personal transformation. When individuals embrace solitude, they gain clarity about their values, goals, and identity. They become more confident in their decisions and less influenced by external expectations. Over time, this leads to greater authenticity. Instead of living according to societal pressures, individuals begin designing lives that truly reflect who they are. This transformation is not immediate. It requires patience, reflection, and willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. But the rewards include deeper self-awareness, emotional resilience, and lasting inner peace. Conclusion: finding strength in solitude. The central message of the art of being alone is that solitude is not emptiness, it is opportunity. It is an opportunity to know yourself, heal emotional wounds, cultivate creativity, and build independence. When people stop fearing solitude, they discover that being alone does not mean being lonely. Instead, it means being free. Free to think clearly, pursue meaningful goals, and create authentic connections with others. In a world that constantly encourages distraction and external validation, choosing solitude can be a revolutionary act of self-care. Learning the art of being alone ultimately leads to a deeper understanding of life, stronger emotional resilience, and a profound sense of inner